Hey guys, what's good? I'm AJ Hetzel and I'm going over a Gimp introduction for people brand new into using Gimp. Gimp is good for a large variety of projects and has a ton of tools and features that can be a little bit intimidating if you're getting into it for the first time. To start a new project, you go into File and New, and right away it's going to make you decide on what size your project is going to be. Since we're just playing around, let's stay with pixels, but say you wanted to make something you were going to print, you could change to inches and change it to the size of standard printer paper, which is 8.5 by 11. However, in this tutorial, we're going to work in pixels and we're going to go 1000 by 1000. Now, two things you're going to need right away are your toolbox and your layer panel. Both are going to be found in Windows. So let's do the toolbox first. We're going to go Windows down to Toolbox. The toolbox is where you're going to find all of the tools that you're going to use the most often. Next, we're going to go back into Windows, down into Dockable Dialogues, and open Layers. Layers is also something you're going to have to become familiar with. Right away in our layer panel, we see that there is one layer called background, and this background, as you can see, is white. If we go over here to our pencil tool, we see that our color choice is black. So when we click, we can write or draw in black. Clicking the box will allow you to change the color. To bring your draw and erase colors back to black and white, you can go down, and underneath the two colored boxes, you'll see another small pair of boxes, which you can click, and it'll bring you back to black and white. Now, to get rid of everything we've drawn, we can use the eraser tool. Or to be quicker, we can go into Edit, Undo, and continue undoing until we've taken everything off the page. Now back to layers. In the bottom left-hand corner of the layer panel, you'll have this option to create a new layer. It's going to automatically make the layer the same size as the project that we're working on, which is great, and then gives us 4 choices for layer fill type. Foreground color is the color that's in the first color box. Background color is the color that's in the second of the colored boxes. White just makes the layer white, and transparent makes the layer transparent, so that anything you write on that transparent layer will look like it's floating, so you can move it easily without blurring any other parts of your image. So I'm going to go transparency. Okay. Now we have 2 layers. We have the white background layer, and we have the new transparent layer that we just added. These eye icons can be clicked to toggle each individual layer on and off. If I toggle our new layer, nothing will happen because the layer is transparent already. But if I click the eye beside our background disappears, and all you can see is the little grid design, which tells us that what we're looking at is transparent. One thing to remember when going back and forth from our main panel and our layer panel is to click the panel before you get working in here. Otherwise, the first thing you do might not turn out the way that you want it to. Last, I'm going to show you how the layers work. Here I'm working on this layer. You can tell because it's highlighted. All right, I'm going to go to my pencil. My foreground is black, and I'm going to create a ball. I'm then going to go to my bucket fill tool and paint this ball blue. Now maybe this ball isn't where I want it to be in my project. To move it, I can go to the move tool, these arrows, and click and drag what I've made. Now notice these dotted lines around the ball. They show you the outline of this transparent layer that we've been working on. So when I'm dragging the ball, I'm actually moving the whole layer that the ball's on. If I drag the background, it behaves the same. Edit, undo. Next, I'm going to make a red ball. I'm going to start by going to the Layers panel, create a new layer. I'm going to choose Transparency again. Remember to check in the layer panel which layer you're working with. The layer that is selected is the layer that is highlighted. I'm going to be working on this layer number 1. I'm going to go to Pencil, but I don't want to draw in blue. I want to switch back to foreground color black. Then I'm going to draw the red ball. Next, I'm going to go to my Bucket Fill tool and change the color to red. Now that I have my 2 images, I'm going to go to my Move tool. You can see the red ball that I've drawn is standing in front of the blue ball that I drew. This is because you look at your layers like a stack of papers. The layers at the top appear in front of other images, and layers in the back are behind them. I can switch the position of the 2 layers by dragging them. When I move the blue ball to the top layer, it moves in front of the red circle. When I take the layer that has my red circle and move it in front, then the red circle comes to the front of my image. Instead of having to have these 2 circles where they are in relation to each other, I can drag them separately. A third layer would follow the same rules. Now you can go experiment for yourself, making an image using layers in Gimp. Thanks for watching.